Okay, then we're going to drain our beans. And we're going to place them in a pot with enough water to cover them. Okay, this is important because if you put too much water in here, it's going to affect your final product. Just enough water to cover it. You know what, I'm going to use a smaller pot. I think we're going to be more successful this way. Okay, just enough water to get up and cover it. Okay, by about an inch. Okay, a little bit over an inch. Okay, then we're going to add our carrots, celery, onions, and sachet. Okay, now our vegetables we're putting in here. Okay, see the size?
Yeah, chef.
Because later on we're going to be taking them out, and if they're small dice, you're going to have a hard time taking them out. Good job.
It was confusing me.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than what we've done before, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got it in there. Okay, we're going to add our sachet. What's in our sachet?
Well, we have parsley stems,
Peppercorn.
peppercorn, bay leaf.
Okay. Okay, we're going to simmer until the beans are tender. Okay, how long is this going to take?
How much beans?
How much beans? It's a fourth of a recipe. Okay. It's a fourth of a recipe. Okay, it's probably going to take about an hour. Okay. Probably going to take close to an hour. Okay, so in there we've got our beans, our carrot, our celery, onion, and our sachet. Okay, we're not putting any seasoning in right now. Why aren't we putting any salt right now?
Because
It's gonna cook out.
Okay.
slow process now.
Well, yeah, we don't want to do that. We don't want to put any salt in there right now. Slow the process down. Okay, we're going to bring it to a simmer. We're going to cover it with a cartouche. Okay, now, a few things when we're cooking legumes to remember. We talk about salt, we talk about acid, and we talk about simmer. Okay, we want to make sure that we emphasize the simmer and not boil. If we do the boiling, it's just going to take our legumes, it's going to break them. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure at the end of this exercise that our beans are still well intact. Okay, so we're bringing this to a simmer. Okay, in the meantime, while that's coming to a simmer, we're going to make our cheese filling. What we're doing, can turn those down a slight bit, a little bit too fast for us. Okay, so next thing we're going to do, we're going to roll out our pasta. I'm going to give you guys a pasta recipe. Okay, we're going to make pasta later on today. It's a good idea to make your pasta 24 hours in advance. Okay, so this is a real good pasta recipe. You need to follow it very closely. If you follow it very closely, you'll have really good results. Okay, so pasta. Okay, this is going to be by weight. Okay, underline by weight. Okay, not by volume, but by weight. By weight, 8 ounces all-purpose flour.
Drain, but save the liquid
Okay, save the liquid.
and discard the vegetables and sachet.
Okay?
Is that a recipe that we get off our former soup, the bean recipe?
No, it's in your book.
So we drain and discard the vegetables?
Right, we're going to discard the vegetables. We're going to save the liquid. The liquid we may need later for our beans as far as making them a little bit moist. Okay, we're going to save the liquid. Okay, we want to make sure at this point our beans are cooked. Okay, if our beans are not tender, okay, and we we add our acid to it and our salt. Okay, so
Kind of slow, yeah.
So this is how they should look. Okay, you want it to be cooked. Okay, not falling apart. Okay, so we're gonna get our liquid out of here. And what's our next step?
Keep the butter in a large sauce pot or freezer, and then saute the onion and garlic with salt.
Okay. And what kind of butter are we using? Whole butter?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're putting our whole butter in.
Kitchen voice.
Okay, how long did it take our beans to cook? About 40 minutes?
40, yes,
Okay,
chef.
about 40 minutes. Yep.
You want to take one of the beans?
Absolutely. Anybody wants to try them? Okay, so we've got our butter in here. Okay, we're melting it.
That's all in the pot. In the pot.
Yeah, that's all that's in there right now. Okay, so our next step is to add our onions, right?
Yes, chef.
Okay. What do we want to do with our onions?
Until they're soft.
So,
Okay.
Just onion and garlic, but you don't want to add the garlic.
We're going to add our onions. We're going to get those starting to get soft, and then we'll add our garlic. Okay, so they start to get soft. Okay, well that's going. Let's talk about polenta. What is polenta?
polenta.
Okay, so for our polenta, okay, we're going to bring our water. We're actually going to use, do we have water here? Okay, we can actually use water or we can use stock. Okay, so we have water. How much water do we have here now?
40 ounces.
Okay, 40 ounces, okay. Okay, we're going to bring our water and what to a boil? Water and our salt to a boil.
Yes, chef.
Okay. Okay, today we're going to be making what's called a soft polenta. And you can make polenta, you can pour it in a hotel pan or a sheet pan, and you can let it firm up, and then you can slice it and you can pan fry it. And they actually sell polenta in the stores. They sell it in little tubes, like you buy the cookie mix. And you can slice it and saute it. Okay, so we've got our onions in there. Next step is the garlic, correct? Is that right?
Yes, chef.
Okay, garlic. Garlic can go in. Okay, we're going to saute that just for about a minute. Okay, now when we do this, we want to be really careful not to brown our garlic, not to brown our onions.
Yes, chef.
Okay, then we're going to add our tomatoes. Okay, we're going to cook it for 2 minutes. Okay, if there's any liquid in that tomatoes, we'll reduce that down. A little bit liquid, okay. You cook it down, it'll get some of that flavor. It'll be good. Okay. And it helps to add kind of like a glaze to your tomatoes. Onions, garlic, and tomatoes. Okay, so for our polenta, bring it to a boil. What are we going to do next? we have cheese for the polenta right down here? Yeah, Alfredo. Do we have any cheese for the polenta?
No cheese for the polenta.
Okay, we'll put a little bit. We'll borrow a little bit of the Alfredo cheese.
The recipe didn't call for cheese.
It's always better with cheese. A little bit. Taste it. Okay, so we've got our onions in here. We've got our tomatoes. Okay, how do we know when we're going to add our beans? Okay, we want to make sure our onions are tender. Okay, so write down your recipe. Make sure. Make sure your onions are tender before you add your beans. Okay, now when we add our beans, we did a really nice job of cooking our beans. So when we stir them in here, we want to stir them in very carefully.
On low heat.
Low heat. Basically, you're just kind of glazing it with the tomato, garlic, onion mixture. Okay, now we're going to season it. Okay, if your beans are too dry, that's where you have your liquid.
Okay.
Make them a little bit moist. Okay, just a little bit of liquid in there. This liquid has a lot of flavor in it from your vegetables, from your sachets. Okay, now what we're doing, we're just stirring this in here. We're going to let this reduce a little bit. Take it down. Just a little bit because the beans are already cooked.
Need more salt?
Need more salt. That's how legume. It just soaks it up. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. We want to make sure that they're moist. We want to make sure they're cooked properly. We want to make sure that they're creamy in texture. And that they're not broken. So, you guys want to try that? It's going to be one of the items that's going to be on your starch and vegetable practical.
Oh.